Hi guys, it's Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. Another storm is raging outside, it's killing my work week, but anyway. So, Uberleben is a company out of Idaho, obviously the USA, that makes a pile of bushcrafting products. So this is their Kessel 2.0 pot. So, on their website, they call it 1100 milliliters or 37 fluid ounces with a weight of 16 ounces. Now it's made from 304 polished stainless steel. The polish may help the keep it clean. That's debatable. Weight with the pot and the handle, 246 grams on my scales. The lid only is 92 grams, so that's a fairly solid lid. And the handle, which is removable, and this large knurl screw. Notice this is one difference from the older model. It had a much slimmer screw of 75 grams. So combined up, the pot and the lid, yeah, is 338 grams. So a fairly substantial pot. It feels quite solid, which will be much better for cooking than, say, titanium. The lid has a wooden handle. If anything, maybe just a bit too short. So when you slip your fingers in to get this lid off, and it's a pretty good fit, you can touch your fingertips to the lid, and that's a bit odd. So I may make a ring of plyboard to go under. This is threaded, so it can unscrew. Make it more convenient, and it is drilled for draining 2-minute noodles and pasta. So it comes with this waxed duck canvas. So a YKK zipper, so they're not skimped out there. It's a well-made bag. This bag alone weighs 102 grams, so the total kit is 444 grams. There's no ultralighter, that's for sure. Okay, so the previous model had a strainer on here, where this spout is just pressed into the shape. It's nice and round at the bottom, which is good for keeping it clean. If you use something like a GSI scraper for keeping your pot. Now the handle does fold, so I'm threading this knob here. It will fold down, but it doesn't really fold particularly well. Now there are some pictures online where this handle is reversed, but if you look at the way it works, by reversing the handle, you're just relying on the tension of the screw to hold it in place. It's not actually locking in place as it is here. So I tested the volume. Without a lid at all, it is 1148 milliliters. And with the lid on, the most I could get in there was 1062. That was by just dispersing the water with the lid there. So not, in my opinion, if you're going to call a pot with the lid, its volume should be able to include the lid, but it doesn't quite. Now I've only had this on a gas stove at the moment, and this handle was unpleasant to pick off. You could do it, but it wasn't exactly pleasant to hold. So the original version had 550 cord wrapped around here. Now it's set this way so you can slip it over a stick if you do that type of thing, and balance it over a fire. I must admit, with my pots in the fire, I just tend to push them in the fire, but anyway. So the access is reasonable. So if you buy a pot like this, you're going to do some cooking, you're not just boiling water. So it's not really a hassle. I thought it might have been, but it's not too bad at all. It does pour particularly well, provided you remember to orientate these 3 holes off to the side. Otherwise it runs out of there. Now this on their website is $44 US, so it's not a cheap pot. And I've seen them on Amazon for 40 US dollars, that is. So now I've sent them an email because I assumed that this would go into the bag with the handle folded. And it's sort of. can do it. It just feels like it's pulling that zip just a bit too far for my liking. So yeah, it just seems to be a bit of a recipe. So I think really try and drop that in there. Yep, get a little, as long as you line it up with a spout. That seems a much better fit with the handle inside, but then of course you have to do something about that. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll get it on the fire and do a bit more with you, but I thought I'd show you as it arrived. Anyway guys, if you like the content I create, feel free to subscribe, it helps me out greatly, and we'll catch up with you in the future.